Whenever we get a chance to go boating, we all tend to try and get from A all the way to C, and sometimes we miss out B in the middle, and this is one such spot. These are the Carnadoe Lakes. I'm going to take you there to show you one of the most beautiful spots on the River Shannon. This chart here is showing just a small portion of the River Shannon. That's Carrigan Shannon up towards that end, a very popular hire base, and people would often travel north or south from there. But the spot I want to show you is here. This is Carnadoe Quay, and it leads into Grange and Kilglass locks and what is generally known as the Carnadoe waters.
So Mara's cooking up a storm. You're making scrambled egg?
Yeah, with my life jacket on. Didn't realise I had it on. See, that's the thing, they're so comfortable you don't even realise you have them on.
I know, that's true. That's true. We're kind of doing breakfast in relays this morning.
Have to feed the captain first. Maybe they might get a bit cranky.
As you're heading up along Loch Boffin on the eastern shore, you might spot in amongst the reeds these two piles of rocks. They're Crannogs, or they're the remains of Crannogs. And a Crannog was a little man-made island that would have a house on it, and they were built for kind of safety reasons, give you a bit of security. And a little bit of history there. This is the little cutting now between Loch Boderg and Loch Boffin, and this is Derrycaun Cut, they call it. Actually, if you're heading up here, there's a lovely little mooring buoy in a bay. Well worth going in and tying onto it. It's a lovely little sun trap. So just in here in the bay, you might make out there's actually two mooring buoys in there, and that's a lovely little sun trap. If you go in there and hook onto those mooring buoys, they are a lovely little escape, and no sign of civilization in any direction. You can see in the trees there's a few autumn colours starting to show themselves. So that's us just coming out through Derrycaun Cut, and we're into Loch Boderg. Another sizable lake, alright. But ordinarily, traffic would head up to my right here, continuing on north, but we're going to head across there. There's a little gap in the reeds, and that's where we're going to head to. Now up ahead of us there, you might just be able to make out a red and a green marker, and that marks the little channel through the reeds here that takes us into Carnadoe.
Do you know, Harry, I'm really looking forward to this trip into Carnadoe. Carnadoe is such a beautiful spot, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is, and it's an area of the Shannon that has remained completely unchanged for generation after generation.
It's the magic that is Carnadoe. And once again, we're getting an escort from a few swans. So Carnadoe is more like a series of passages through reeds like this. Every once in a while, it'll open out into a little bay. Little bay there, just big enough to take a boat on an anchor. And we're going to continue on through here. There are markers there. There's our swans again. And up here on the right, there's another bay. In fact, there's a boat anchored up there. This is a spot where you want to have your charts out, actually, because if you're not familiar with the area here, you could actually get quite lost. As you kind of pass through all these reeds here, if it wasn't for the markers, you'd kind of feel that you were after wandering into a world where no one else has ever been. And then all of a sudden, up ahead, there's an old stone bridge and a quay wall, kind of signifying that, yeah, you are actually on a navigation after all. So Carnadoe is quite a low bridge, so make sure to check the air draft gauge. 3.4 meters it's showing. This could be a tight squeeze. There's a beautiful stone quay here. We're going to pull in for a moment. When I was just 12 years old, the very first night I ever spent on a boat, I spent at this spot here, Carnadoe Quay. And
It's a long time ago now.
it's not today or yesterday. We hired a boat from a company called Mitchell Marine, myself, my dad, and my brother. And we came here, and the following
Has
morning.
it changed much?
Well, there used to be a phone box there.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
the reason I know that is the first morning we woke up, we couldn't start the engine on the boat, and we used the phone box here. We rang Carnadoe Shannon, and the mechanic came down and showed us that diesel engines you had these heater plugs, and of course we hadn't been doing that.
That's priced.
The seat here is dedicated to a friend of ours, Jorg.
Yeah, Jorg was a boating man himself, and his wife Nora used to cruise along here. I think this is actually his favourite spot. Okay, here we go. I can see the little current under the bridge where the wind is blowing. Oh.
This is always difficult. There's a strong wind blowing us, and there's an arch. The bridge has an arch, so it's very difficult to judge the height. I know we've plenty of room in the centre of it, but I'm not sure about either side, the windscreens. Height.
We stayed here years and years ago with an old wooden boat, and Donny told us we've got to have to burn it. We kept it for 5-7 years, was it?
Another 7 years after that, I think, even.
So about 2 hours cruising time past the bridge at Carnadoe. There's a nice little mooring spot called Grange, and there's a nice pub there too.
And they do lovely food, so I think that's where we'll hit for dinner tonight.
Yep, we'll take you out.
Oh, aren't I going to be a lucky girl?
We're at the end of the summer now, so I suppose all the reeds are starting to die off. They'll all come back again then in the spring. You can see they're yellow now as opposed to the bright green that we'd normally have. Yes, I think so. Yeah. So that's it, guys. We're at the end of another episode.
And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification as well, and that way you'll get a free notification when the next video is out.
Cheerio.